You honestly have to play the blue course with someone who knows it for the first time if you don't want to spend more than half your time looking around. And now I see the basket. I had a feeling it might be like that. If this one's a par 3, then I don't know what disc golf is, apparently. Don't tell me this one's a par 3, y'all. Don't tell me it's a par 3. Please don't be a par 3. Give me faith in humanity. It's a par 3, y'all. It's a par 3. Down the valley, back up, and to the right, you must somehow fly. Straight ahead, you can see like this tunnel, and that frames where you need the disc to fly. You just gotta throw a laser beam over 400 feet slightly up with a kind of wonky tee that rises up a bunch and then falls down at the end. No big issue, not at all. It's not even hard. It's actually pretty easy. Let me show you. You're gonna take your seasoned explorer, smack it on some hyzer on the left side gap, watch it do what it does. Come on, work right. Oh, that's so good, y'all. Except for, of course, I hit a tree at the end, and now I'm down at the bottom of the hill with a 3. And yeah. A little demoralized out here, not gonna lie. Alright, you guys, this mighty downhill view here is the view of the Hole 1 Gold course. But we're here to play the blue course first at Kayak Point. I believe Kayak Point has 2 of, if not 3 of, the top 5, including the #1 course on UDisc in Washington. Amazing property, beautiful. Played the golds yesterday. Whew. Yeah, I'll probably film that one tomorrow, but yeah, just get ready for that one. Let's just say it's kind of meme worthy. And heard things about the blue, but I haven't tried it myself, so time to play the wooded course that we'll play for Sunday's portion of the 2-round Go Throw event out here this weekend at Kayak Point. Big shout out to the Go Throw tour. 1 round on the golds on Saturday, 1 round on the blues on Sunday to finish it off. So let's get out here, check out the blues. Okay, hole 1, blue 414, probably 60 plus feet down, straight through that sunny hillside. We're gonna play a Luna. Try to hit the shape, see what happens. Uh-oh, missed left. I need to hit a tree now. Yes. Squared a tree. I think that thing saved me from going to Narnia. Off to a wild start here on the blue course. Okay, so you tee off by the blue sign up there. This hill is about 30 feet below the tee. And as you crest this, it goes down another 50 to 70 feet probably, making for one of the steepest elevation drops in any hole I've ever played in my life. This course is a wild one. Wild times, Kayak Blue. I guess I am only on hole 1, so I'm not sure exactly what the rest of the course is going to look like. But assuming it's anything like the start and anything like some of the design of the gold, gonna have to buckle up. And if I can finish under par, I'll be really happy. That's for sure. Well, if you can spot my disc sitting there on the hillside before I get to it, you win a prize. Not sure what it is. Maybe it's just the beautiful life you have. Figured I might as well put the catch cam up since I overshot where my drive landed. It was already down there on the bottom. Okay. A little faith chipper. So soft. Should have played that line with the... I'm so good at hitting the camera stand. Run down to beat the buzzer. Putt with the face. Can he do it? 3, 2, 1. Oh, he sneaks it in. He sneaks it in. Come on. All right, we got par on 1. Tighten them shoes, because we're in for a day. One thing to note, if you're gonna come play Kayak Point, it's an old golf course, so if you do not rent a golf cart out, you're gonna have some long traversing and some good hiking to do. So if you're trying to get in shape while playing disc golf, come to Kayak Point. Okay, so how far left do you need to get through the gap?
I don't know. This is our first place.
Yeah, we'll see. Hole 2, par 3, 345, plays up and to the left. Really tricky though, a lot of holes in the way. You can play flex forehand, straight backhand. Yep. I'm gonna go straight backhand. If I could beat that tree, I feel like I threw it exactly how I wanted, but that was I'll take par. It's fine. Sure. All right, you guys, that's how you know the microphones are nice and concealed. I was just doing my whole breakdown, and one of the two homies right there on the tee was like responding to what I was saying. I think he thought I was talking to them when I was talking to you guys. Hopefully them too, because hopefully they're watching this. But yeah, that was funny. Never had that happen before. Threw me off my game a little bit. Got a feeling your short scramble game is going to have to be really precise at a course like the blue one out here. There's a backhand and a forehand coming into this green, but I think with the backhand I can control my spin on the hill slope a little more, because this one does look to drop away behind. Oh, I didn't even see that tree kind of in line with this one right in front of me here. Whoopsies. All right, got a little bit of a death putt. Definitely quite a few of those on a course like gold, so I'm expecting the same out of blue. Oh, putted a little bit too soft, but at least didn't get the roll away. Gonna have to settle for our first bogey of the round here on 2. So from this view, you guys should be able to just see that blue flag waving through these trees here. And that's where the basket is. 381 feet, it says. It's going to play a bit longer with the uphill nature and with the specificity of the shape. You got to play hyzer for a right-hand player that stands up and continues to move slightly left. For a lefty, some kind of force flex on a backhand that flattens out. I'm going to go back to the PD. Just play a gentle hyzer. Oh, you guys, I'm just flat on that PD, catching the tree on the right side of the gap. Both the last 2 throws, they felt really close to what I want. But got to figure out that timing. Oh, look what we got here. That means our first birdie is coming soon, y'all. It's coming soon. And it matches. Big vibes. About the midway point of the hole here, there's some really great elevation change on this entire property. And yeah, a lot of potential out here for sure. Any forehand with this tricky downhill footing, I think is my best option. Really one big tree to beat. I'm gonna try to beat it to the right side, take the big gap. The rubber blend zone. Yep, just right of that tree. Should be pretty much pizzark for the pizzar. That's 3 here on hole 3. Wait, where are you going? You gotta get the camera, bud. Just kidding, I just want to get a cool little shot for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Act like I had a camera person. So far, the blue course is playing pretty tough, and it's not going to get any easier here on 4. Par 3, straight ahead, and then threading the needle slightly to the left. This one's 435 feet. Initial gap, really like what's going on here, good width. Now as you get down the fairway at the midpoint, it really chokes in on you. There's 2 cedars and a pine in this little cluster of 3 that I think maybe could be the culprit for trees to go on this one. But yeah, once you hit that choke point in the middle, this line really feels a little slot machine-y. I'm gonna go Athena, see if we can pure it. Basket finishes down in a bowl. I had to walk about 4/5 of the way there to see it. Another thing that makes this course a little tough, I think having brighter baskets or taller poles here and there can give you a sight line on the basket with those blue flags, which are helpful. Oh my God, that was so good, but there's this one kind of J-hooking tree in the center of the fairway. If you've played this course, you know the one I'm talking about. And I squared it, and that's freaking rude because that shot was exactly what you got to do. Yeah, I think there's just a few too many trees in this line. This one has the making of a really good hole, the way it finishes down into that ball. But as we walk, it's just kind of brutal. This initial gap, great. Staggered trees. Then you get to the secondary portion of it, which doesn't really choke down too much on the width, but offers a stationary gap. So both trees the same distance from the tee. We're gonna sneak through the right side of where you're gonna be flying. But then as you get to this portion, as I mentioned, okay, we got this cluster of 3, which I understand the thinking that it is right of the true flight of the disc. And in that case, we definitely got to get rid of the tree that I hit. Because as you get here, I can see the argument for leaving these. They're still within the frame, and they don't really save you much on the next one. Whereas this tree that I hit right there just kind of centers up the gap as you keep flying through here. Basket tucked down in there. And so I feel like the tree that I hit maybe is the one. It is a pretty one. So maybe you just leave it as like a stump with its nice sweeping bottom, but my disc was cruising straight down to the bowl where the basket is. Instead, I got this poor tree. What y'all think? Should it go? Should it stay? Thanks for listening to Connor's course notes on how to make Kayak Point one of the premier disc golf locations in the world. It definitely has the property. Hosts are great. The owners are great. And so hopefully they're willing to listen to some feedback and make their course one of the best in the world, because they absolutely have that property right here. Nice little soft layup. Heard it hit something hard, so we'll see where it is. After seeing these 2 courses, I'm really going to make sure to get some putting reps up this afternoon as well as tomorrow, leading up to competition on Saturday, because putting is going to go a long way towards mitigating those damaging strokes out here that are going to be just getting at everybody because of the tough design. Whether you're a good player or a bad player, it's going to be hard to go bogey free this weekend. So the more you can putt like a champ, it's going to help you avoid the mental stress and some of those bogeys. Like I said, looking back at it, I love the way it bowls down here at the green. But that pinch point right there, that lighter tree trunk on the left, is the one that I caught coming through this gap. I was working my way straight on to fading towards the basket. I think that one could go, because at that point, if you hit the gap for that long, you should at least be rewarded with some kind of a jump putt from the top of this little hill if you continue to straight and hit this tree, or fade too early and hit this tree. And then you have that outside chance of still you threw a great shot, didn't quite finish it off the way you're supposed to, but you can be a champion on the green, maybe make a highlight. I think that one tree would make this hole perfect. Okay, not gonna lie to you guys, I'm pretty happy to see a par 4 here. Maybe we'll be able to score our first birdie. Looks like you gotta move the disc to the right slightly through this big wide gap. I like the look of this one so far. On the first shot, we'll see kind of what the second shot ends up being, but it's short enough. It seems like if you get some good distance off the tee, you're gonna have some kind of a scramble opportunity. I'm gonna go Halo Star Wraith. Hit it flat, maybe introduce a little bit of turn out of the hand. Let it hold that. Ooh. Okay, I kissed off to the left. Made good forward progress though. Let's see if we have opportunity for that first birdie. Wow, you guys, look at that tree planter. When the water's rushing, it comes down past here, you can tell. Underneath it, eventually it washed out the roots that were there. So damn cool. Thought I threw a pretty good drive, but this one, really a tricky approach. Trying to see what the intended approach line is. I guess it's this straight line kind of. So off the tee, I won't be mad about finishing a little bit left, but I don't know. Too many trees. I think there's no like real defined spot where you are supposed to go. I feel like you just smash it off the tee, and if you get far enough, you kind of beat most of the trees. But that low ceiling on this right side, which is probably the optimal side over here, definitely muddles it up. I don't hate how it chokes down if you give some room with these branches on the right for players to come in. As is, it feels like even good shots kind of have to find a way to scramble here. Good thing we got our scrambling tools in our big old Squatch toolkit. So I'm gonna go flippy hatchet roller. Sometimes in the woods you need your hatchet on a forehand roller so you can score your first birdie of the round. Come on, flip quick. Okay, I got a putt, and I will take that. Yeah, I think if there's any way to stretch this hole slightly longer, make it a little more open. I like the bones of what's going on here, but that's just kind of this whole property. The bones are fucking amazing. Got a chance for bird. Here, hanging with the ferns. Bing bang, bada boom. Back to even par, which I don't hate being there on a course this challenging. I feel like I got a lot of pointers for kayak point, if you will, but it does get a little draining to have to run down to find the basket every time, because you can't see a single basket off the tee. Yeah, just a little bit of overcomplication with some of these shapes. I feel like some of these hole designs, trying to make it really hard instead of make it good and hard. I feel like there's potential for a right side cutout on this line, give you some optionality. I don't know where the basket is. I'm just gonna throw it straight and maybe turn it a little bit to the right, because that's what the T sign shows. Take my Explorer, hit it flat through the gap. That felt really good, but who knows? Tell you the truth. Oh, I hate to say it, y'all, but we got another just luck fest here on 6. You're supposed to turn through this gap somehow and then beat these trees. T's over there somewhere. There's nothing on the right side because of the way they left the branches. Putting the basket somewhere where I threw it, where the T sign kind of shows it, barely straight and barely right. This is little bit more of a jog right than that dang T-sign geometry had it at, but you know what? I digress. So far, blue course, a little bit over challenging. Well, I don't hate being here, so I'm just gonna try to throw it straight this week and take a long putt, maybe get a little more turn than I did off the tee there. Give myself an opportunity, and don't let this hole get me, because it'll probably get some. Oh! We tried, y'all. So just to give you a feel for how my shot got here, there's the T sign. Threw a nice turning straight shot through this whole gap all the way to here. But then you're somehow supposed to weave it through another like 20 trees to get to the basket if you want to work it to the right. I don't know, you guys. When I step up to this hole and it says 216, I feel like I'm a bear walking into the trap. It feels too good to be true. Something's gonna fall and kill me or something. Who knows? 216, there's a curtain branch, making for a little bit of a luck factor on the straight shot. There's also this right side that you can maybe dream up a crazy hyzer. I'm gonna go Luna, soft, little fan grip through the curtain branch. See if we can get lucky. Oh. Too soft. Gotta pop it. Gotta pop it, kid. Got a little chip in opportunity. Okay. Let's see what the next hole has up for us. On to the tee of 8. 393. Teeing over this rise. Man, these baskets are so hard to find, y'all. Like I said, you honestly have to play the blue course with someone who knows it for the first time if you don't want to spend more than half your time looking around. And now I see the basket. I had a feeling it might be like that. If this one's a par 3, then I don't know what disc golf is, apparently. Don't tell me this one's a par 3, y'all. Don't tell me it's a par 3. Please don't be a par 3. Give me faith in humanity. It's par 3, y'all. It's a par 3. Down the valley, back up, and to the right, you must somehow fly. Straight ahead, you can see like this tunnel, and that frames where you need the disc to fly. You just gotta throw a laser beam over 400 feet, slightly up, with a kind of wonky tee that rises up a bunch and then falls down at the end. No big issue, not at all. It's not even hard. It's actually pretty easy. Let me show you. You're gonna take your seasoned explorer, smack it on some hyzer on the left side gap, watch it do what it does. Come on, work right. Oh, that's so good, y'all. Except for, of course, I hit a tree at the end, and now I'm down at the bottom of the hill with a 3. And yeah. A little demoralized down here, not gonna lie. You know, if you want to tell me this one is just called a par 4, I think it would play great. I think there would still be plenty of pars, even some bogeys. Definitely not a par 3 though, I'd say. but I don't think they truly believe in the par playing out here. They just want it to be hard, it looks like. And I think there could be some adjusting of pars on a lot of these holes. With a little bit of change, not too much. This place could be one of the best places to play disc golf. As is though, it's a little bit of a head scratcher. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Okay, my shot was really solid. I think I might have had a chance to get to circle one if I beat these last trees on the right here. Kick me down left over yonder. Try to chip in a faith up shot. Up shot. Wow. Early. These slopes are no joke. Both the courses are straight up workout. Buckets. Those uphill highs sometimes it's easier because now it's like real basketball height. Okay, now we're at the basket. Looking back at the gap you have to fly, you gotta fly through this little gap here. This is the one I was showing y'all off the tee. Somehow get it to hold turn, come up the hill. It's like this course almost feels like you woke up to a nightmare of a course that's like so close to being good, but just doesn't let you score. You just can't score a birdie. You're throwing amazing shots. You're throwing the best shots of your life. But you just can't score a birdie. It's kind of what it feels like out here at Kayak. 462 par 4. Looks like a slightly friendlier version of the last hole and kind of more playing true to par, I'd say. Throw a shot down into the dirt on the hill over there. And then we'll figure out where the basket is after that. Whether you like flex forehand or flip up backhand, you're going to have to make some decisions out here on which one you're going to throw most of the day because the shapes are both there. I'll probably be throwing this Explorer quite a bit. Kick right. Okay, I just flew so far left. Oh, but I heard it hit something, so we're looking for big hollow trees. Okay, I'm way down on the left here. Uncertain where the basket is, but at this point I don't really care that much. I'm just gonna throw a forehand flex up there and hope that I have telepathic powers telling me where the basket is. Nope. I'm just gonna hit another tree and try to go scramble for par. Okay, still not sure where we're going. Let's go look. Still can't see. I don't know. I wonder if some of these holes are mismeasured because they feel so much longer than they say. So I don't know if they're all just uphill somehow and they don't show out to the eye. Which obviously this one has uphill at the end, but wow. Pretty thick vegetation coming up on this next shot. Just another blind forehand because I'm not gonna go walk to freaking circle one to be able to see where every hole is, because that's a little annoying. Zoney, phone homie. Oh my god, just fell with the uphill footing. There's that. I haven't face planted on the disc golf course. I don't know if ever, but now I have. Okay, now that I see this one, yeah, if you could just see a sightline off the tee and tell that this one was attackable, I probably would have played a little more aggressive with like a flexing line instead of just trying to get to the hill and play up into these kind of green area, because it doesn't look like you're supposed to be up there off the tee. But you live and learn. So I'll either go Athena or PD, depending on the wind level, off of this tee. Try to get up into this area if I can get a putt Try to score eagle. That'll be big on this hole. Alright, I need a mental reset after this hole. Woo, you guys. Sometimes you gotta find a way to reset and power through. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, on to the back nine. I'm gonna be a little quicker. Try not to harp on the holes too much and just go play. Par 3, million trees in your way. You gotta, I think, fade the disc left face off the tee sign. Who even knows? Tell you the truth. And who even knows what to throw? Because there's not a real gap. I'm gonna try this kind of outside gap with the Athena because it looks like the biggest gap. Oh, you can just take the smallest gap available, kick left, go take a par like everyone else who throws good and bad shots. Like, I'm sorry, but if this is your idea of a gap, you have a sick sense of humor. Because this is not how you create great disc golf. Where's the gap? It doesn't exist. Turns out kicking left is not a bad spot to be. I'm just gonna get away with my par, move on. Just shanking on up there. Pretty awesome pine tree right here. Cedar tree, sorry. Well, you guys, I thought Masters Cup was gonna be the ultimate patience test as a golfer, but turns out Kayak Point might just be that one. It's gonna be important just to be resilient and just go play. Not gonna change the course because of what I have to say, and if they do, it ain't gonna be right now. But if they did, it'd be awesome. And I would absolutely happily come back and give a new video and a more positive review of this incredible place. Hole 11, diabolical par 4. You got this gap straight ahead with the cart path coming straight down it. Anything right of the cart path out of bounds. So you hit any of these trees on the left, kick right, you're OB. You got to beat this initial big cedar tree down there on the fairway, fir tree, whatever it is, and then get some fade left. Athena should be the perfect disc for the job. Or you can just miss left, which is preferred if you don't kick onto the OB path, like I probably just did. Wow. What a brutal hole. Almost really cool hole, but cart path should probably just not play OB. Maybe make an OB line like somewhere on the right, a little bit further off these tree line. Keep players from throwing the hyzer, but to punish everything that's not pure with OB is kind of, yeah. Or either pure or like garbage enough to get left. Now I feel like it might have said OB is to the right of the cart path here, so I might be in luck. You guys let me know in the comments if you've played here. If not, you can go ahead and stroke me for misplay, I don't care. I think if they just put the basket right here across the road, 292-foot par 3 would be an incredible hole, honestly. I really love the living wall of logs. Eventually you'll have moss and plants growing there. It's great habitat for insects, beneficial insects, lizards, whatever. I don't know if they even have lizards in Washington. No, they do. They got snakes and lizards. Okay, hole 12. Here's something. We have a pretty dang good hole. Makes sense. There's some late danger straight ahead of the basket, which creates some luck. So, you know, I guess at this point, the luck's kind of baked into the course where you feel really good about this one, since at least the luck comes at 80% of hole completion, where you can still have a jump putt for it. Nice straight shot, slightly downhill. Beautiful part of the property. I'm gonna go Luna. Looking for just a little hyzer stand up. Missed left. Let's see if I can slide up. Yeah, got to those final trees. The lumpy tees out here definitely are a little bit of a challenge. And didn't really expect it to get me on that one, but it did. Inline, a little bit short. This one not as deathy as a lot of the holes. It is on a little mound, but it's also in a bowl, so nothing to worry about. Chains lit up in the sunshine. Beautiful lighting right now. Ooh. Absolute shank job. Said it wasn't a death putt, but I made it one. A little further away than I expected. It was a Luna putt all the time. Oh. A little too much want, like I always say. The big old banana slugs are a pretty easy find out here. You can just see their little trail they leave behind for quite a while. Not sure what to do with this thing yet, but I thought it was kind of cool, not gonna lie with y'all. Oh. What? Gandalf, you left your pipe behind. 13, 3, 18. Wow. Just another really hard to birdie hole on a really hard to birdie course. Okay. Still not sure what I really want to throw. I think forehand gives me a better chance just to be down there. Make the scramble easier. So I'm going to try cap wrap forehand. Made some progress. I'm going to try one more with the MD3 on the backhand. But I feel like maybe I should put a fuse in for this shot. Something flippy. If I could hit that exact shot with the flippy mid, could work out really well. Another difficult hole, y'all. Yeah, I think forehand, a little bit of overflex, if anything, winds up giving you a pretty easy approach. Talking about approaches on par 3. That's how I know it's a tough course. That'll do, donkey. And one! 14 blue says 360, shows some kind of weird S shape. Another hole you just can't see off the tee, unfortunately. Would make the course a lot easier to practice. Anyways, looks like there's kind of 3-ish options. I'm gonna take the right side, cap wrap. Oh, I'm just flat on it. Kick back into the middle. Should be able to take par. Come on. I mean, go ahead and get your faith, otbdiscs.com. You won't regret it. Those are the kind of shots you're going to need for anything scoring birdie out here. You know, you guys, after that shot, I'm debating whether I film the gold course and practice tomorrow or just work on my putting in chip-ins, because if I can make up a couple strokes doing that, seems like it's gonna be one of the few ways to score birdies on some of these holes. Wow, what a trek. Probably a half mile, at least it felt like, from the last hole to this one. But at least you're rewarded with a decent looking hole. I can only see the initial shot shape. Can't really tell what you're supposed to do after you go straight off the tee. Do you go left? Do you go right? Tee shine kind of shows it snaking back right. So I suppose we'll listen to that. Throw Kobe Bryant's cousin, since Kobe Bryant's currently somewhere lost in this jungle on the Gold Course. Shank wide. Use some Code Connor love to get yourself down there for some kind of manageable approach, I'm guessing. But you never know out here. And yeah, you guys can see how thick it is. Finding discs out here can be a problem. Back-to-back throw-ins, though I think this one's a par 4, so that would be 3 down and 2 holes. This is our stretch to attack. Not even close, y'all. Yeah, looking back, here's the gap. This one's definitely eagleable if you can tight flex something to here, so I'll have to play a slightly different line in tourney play. All right, on the tee of 16, no real obvious option. I think it's somewhere over to the left there. His right side is the biggest gap, so I suppose I'll take it with a skinny hyzer. And get lucky as all get out. That's probably what you're gonna need on this hole. Wow. Hyzer faith. See if we can make some more fireworks. Come on. Woo! Pretty close. Arms reach. If only a disc had arms. Not gonna lie to you guys, I'm ready to be off this course. Go get me some sourdough and tuna Sammys. Edit this video, get off my feet. Contemplate life. We got a chonker. Okay, 17, another hole that feels like a trap. Feels too good to be true. 228, you can see it straight ahead, and there must be a drop off deep of the basket or something waiting for you. I'm gonna go Luna. Try to ring it up. Oh, the line was so good. Give it another 4 feet of height. You'd be listening for chains. Shouldn't feel so weird to step up to a 228-foot hole and have a putt for birdie, but here at Kayak, it kind of does. Woo, one more. Little baby squirrel, oh my gosh. So cute. Hello, friend. It's been a while since I've been excited to be at the final hole of the course. But the entire blue course is pretty exhausting, mentally, physically. Straight shot here, 345. You can see the flag just on the left. I'm gonna go Iron Samurai MD3. Oh, it looks so money. Might be ending on a birdie. Thank goodness. That's what we needed. That's what we needed, you guys, for some mental sanity heading into the weekend. See, 18 is a good challenge. I don't love a par 3 as your finishing hole, but you mix this in as 17 or any other hole in the course, it's a good hole. It's challenging, fair, repeatable, but still can be punishing if you miss your line. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want an easy course. I want to be challenged, but I want to know that if I throw great shots, there's a chance for me to score birdies and separate myself from the people who throw good shots, who should probably score pars, or maybe make highlight birdies with long putts, and separate even more from the players who play bad shots and terrible shots. And so if you don't have that separation at the top, though, between the great shots and the good shots, you kind of lose, I don't know, just that strategy. You lose the ability to differentiate who's the better player. And so I just don't love it. Just low and a little shy, but right in line. Oh, I wanted that one way too bad. Well, y'all, I'm exhausted. This course really took it out of me way more than expected. I thought gold was going to be the one that took it out of me mentally and physically more, but this one has equally as much hiking probably. You have a lot of long transitions out here on the blue, and mentally it's just a taxing course. There's not a lot of reward for a lot of really good shots. A lot of tight gaps, a lot of tight approaches, a lot of just fairway trees that can maybe be removed. Amazing property out here at Kayak. Like I said, I like to give feedback like this because I think it's the only way we can be the best that we can, is to get real, honest feedback about ourselves, about the things we're working on. And this place has the chance, has the elevation change. It has the mature trees. It's beautiful, has a lot of amenities already baked in. You can really make one of the best courses in the world here at Kayak Point, or a couple of them. You can make 2 or 3 of the best courses in the world. You're gonna have to blow up a lot of what's currently being used, or not blow it up, but reimagine it, I'd say, and put in some new tees and whatnot. But this place has a lot of potential, and I hope to see it get there one day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Another quick thing for y'all to think about if you're designing a course, or you have your own course and you're thinking about how to improve it. Think about the walks from the clubhouse or the parking area to hole 1 to hole 10. If you can loop your course, 2 9-hole loops, that's awesome. If you got multiple courses, the more you can start and finish them close-ish to the clubhouse is nice. Blue course finishes like 0.4 miles away from the clubhouse, so still quite a bit of a hike left once you're done playing this course. Yeah, just another little thing to think about for those of you who want to put a course in your local area or your property. Signing off. Peace, y'all. Okay, now that I'm in view of the clubhouse, it's probably more like a half mile, and it's all uphill. Ooh. The work don't stop out here at Kayak.